In today's video about my aligned success experiment, I want to talk a little bit about learning to sit in the unknown, which has been one of my biggest challenges, one of the hardest things for me to get comfortable doing. The woman that introduced me to human design about almost 8 years ago, one of the things she used to say all the time is that when one door closes, another one opens, but the hallways sure are a bitch. And definitely in the last 8 years, I've had lots of opportunities to really experience and contemplate that concept. And especially when you're on this path of transformation, of becoming a different version of you, of releasing old identities and stepping into what to you feels like a more correct or more evolved, more enlightened version of who you are. And that's definitely not an easy path to take. It's not an easy journey to embark on. It's challenging and it's really hard. And especially when there's a part of you that has a hard time releasing parts of your old identity, or other people in your life who don't agree with the new future, the new vision that you're stepping into. And so when you're standing in that in-between space, which is another way that I started to kind of explain or describe that place where you're in that transformation stage, where you're no longer who you used to be, but you haven't quite become who you're working to become, and you're in that middle place. And when there's any part of you that's still holding on to that old identity or the old versions, the old limited beliefs that don't align with who you're trying to become or who you're feeling called to become, then you stay in that in-between stage even longer, and it becomes even more painful. And I think that has been a big piece of where I've been over the last several years. I don't even want to put a time frame on it, but so really learning to be okay with stepping towards that new version of you without fully knowing or having that clear picture of exactly what it looks like on the other end. And so there can come a fear of like stepping into the unknown, that even though you know where you are right now, and you know it's not correct for you to stay where you are, and you can feel that shift that's being asked of you to step into something different. But when you don't have that clear picture, stepping into an unknown future can be super scary. And so, if you have any of that fear of the unknown, fear of the future, and like, what if what I'm moving into ends up being worse or more painful than what I'm dealing with now? Because right now I have all the life experiences to help me to deal with the discomfort of what I am currently living with. And I know exactly how bad it is because I've been here and I know I can deal with it. And so having the courage to really step into the unknown can be super, super challenging. And so for me, one of the things that I try to remember is that when I'm staying aligned, when I'm following strategy and authority and not letting my mind try to figure it out or tell me what is coming, because there's so many times where our mind comes up with this future of what things are going to look like and what we should be moving towards. And the truth is, when we kind of work towards that and we create that, then either it doesn't work out the way we originally imagined, or even if it does work out that way, it usually isn't what we thought it would be. When it's not that correct path, when it's something that came from either what other people told us we should want, or from our mind trying to figure things out and trying to initiate and control the outcome, then when we reach those goals, it's likely to still feel like there's something missing, like it didn't give you that sense of fulfillment that you expected it to have. But my experience is life almost never works out the way that my mind thought it would. I definitely am not currently in a situation that I ever imagined I would be in. This is not the way I saw my life going 5 years ago or 10 years ago or 20 years ago or 40 years ago. And I'm definitely not the same person that I was before. And so, you know, even though it's scary, when you are in that in-between space, know that there are other doors that are open. And when you really follow your body's inner guidance, then you can trust that you're on the path you're meant to be on. The doors that you're meant to step through will present themselves at the right time. And when you step through, you will have that sense of fulfillment, that sense of this success, that sense of satisfaction, or that sense of peace, whatever it is that you are meant to experience in your life. When you stay aligned, will be on the other side. All right, that's enough for today. I'll see you in the next video.